Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the AcadArena University Alliance Cup Valorant, powered by Globe and Twitch Student. My name is Yusuke, and I have here with me for oh no, it's Azurai. Oh, looks like we had a little sub here, ladies and gentlemen. So Azurai is back to give you guys some wonderful casting. So Azurai, you took a little break there, but based on the action earlier, what were you expecting to see for these next few matches?
I'm expecting to see a bit more explosion coming in from our teams here. We did see, I believe, a kind of back and forth match on the third, but then we had some hiccups on the most recent one, but it's fine and all. It's fine and all. I think we've already fixed that, and we're just hoping that this next best of one is going to be all smooth sailing, because I feel like, well, I do know that nobody wants to play competitive games that have, these type of situations, but we'll be waiting for what happens here with Mustang Warriors up against AcadArena. It'll be fun to watch. Okay.
All right, they did win their first matches for week 1, and this will be interesting. Looks like they are, well, definitely one of them is going to get the 2-0 advantage lead. So both teams, very, very promising teams, and we'll see how this pan out. Looks like we don't have our map picks yet, and our players are still trying to connect here to the game, but right now, let's hope we don't have any reconnection issues. I think it's raining a little bit too, so hopefully we don't have any errors on their end because of that. But earlier we've seen maps like Haven. What's your favorite map, Azurai? Honestly.
Here, Icebox.
Oh, okay. A lot of people don't like it, but because it's you. So, all right. What's your favorite?
True. The reason why I feel like people don't like Icebox is because those people might not have come from CS:GO.
Oh, okay.
The thing about that is Icebox has so much similarities with maps like Train and Nuke. It has a lot of verticality. It's pretty open space. So there's a lot more rumble that's going to be happening because there's not really much utility that can cover such a wide map. And that's why people might not like it as much, because it's so wide that there's so many angles to try to work with. And but that's what makes it fun. There's so many angles to work with. Isn't that makes it interesting that you're gonna be able to take sites using different type of strategies? You're gonna see possibly, I'm already putting out here, you can quote me on this one, when we see like a competitive Icebox come into play, it's gonna be multiple controller comps, just so that your smokes can actually allow you to take the site. But you know what, that's just my 2 cents about it. Icebox is still pretty cool, but if it's not in the choices, I'll probably have to go for Ascent.
All right. Well, I like to consider Ascent is a pioneer map for Valorant comp. It's honestly been used a lot, and a lot of people really like the composition we have on both sides in Ascent, and the fact that you can simply go through mid and hit up the other side if you think it's a little bit too congested on a certain site. And yeah, good choice on that, honestly. I'd like to say I think I'd go for Ascent as well. There's something about Ascent, but talking about map bans, it looks like our team will be heading into Haven yet again. We've been seeing a lot of action here in Haven, and I just like to say what you said earlier there about Icebox. A lot of CS:GO players may like it. I think almost all the members here in AcadArena are ex-CS:GO players, so maybe down the line when we do see an Icebox, they may be opting for that map.
Might I also just say, if we're gonna see the main roster of AcadArena's play, I'm pretty sure all of them just came in from a tournament earlier today as well. That's not AcadArena, so they're pretty stacked in terms of like how many games they played. But that they're at least warmed up right now, so definitely looking forward for that. For Mustang Warriors, again, at least I'm pretty new to the AcadArena scene, so I haven't really heard of them as much, but definitely looking forward to how they're going to be surprising all of us for the moment. And again, having Haven as your next map, people probably already know this. It's a 3-sided map. It's a 3-side map. It's very difficult to kind of defend if you don't have a couple of sentinels in your roster. So something along the lines of a Killjoy would be really nice right about now. I have seen teams kind of go back to the Sage, even though she's not as good. But honestly, Killjoy, I think, is one of the most underrated agents as of the moment, because I think a lot of teams right now are starting to to notice that the lockdown is such an important tool. It's so good in being able to take a site freely as well as retake a site freely without your opponents like frantically trying to shut you down at every nook and turn. Which, if you're gonna be in Haven when the rotations are so long, because again 3 sites, that is very valuable.
Definitely, and I know you definitely love Killjoy, hitting up the Killjoy main. But right now, let's pull up our pickups results here. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not as large as the Ateneo one, but we are seeing a 68.3% here on the side of Itamar House. This is very interesting here. Let's see what the underdog Mustang Warriors can push up here for our week 2 pickups. And ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget that if you missed the pick and vote, you can still win some VP because it's time for Virtual Hangouts Chat Rally. Globe's prepaid Virtual Hangouts will be dropping 700 VP, 750 VP. My mistake. For a fan, just type hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts and team of your choice. So for this matchup, you can hit up either the side of the Mustang Warriors, or you can go for the FU Itamar out. And of course, 750 VP. That's still a pretty good the currency you got. You know, you can save up for that and hit up a battle pass if you haven't invested in that yet. And please make sure that you hit your hashtags before the first round. We'll be picking a winner for who cheered on the winning team. And our fan shout out here from Danmel. Good luck to all teams. Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
And I also like to say that at the end of the day, we have a winner and a loser, but I strongly believe that everyone wins. It's either you win the match or you win experience. And it'll be very exciting to see what we got here. And it looks like our game is already initiating up here in Haven. I believe we will be hitting up some wonderful cinematic shots in a bit. But for now, as you said, rotation's very important in a map like Haven. And do you think we will be seeing future maps with about a similar radius or size? You know, Icebox only has 2 sites, but do you think they might cook up another site that has maybe 3?
I'm not sure because again, a lot of people in the in this kind of FPS space, especially something as passionate as this particular community, don't really like maps that dissuade or go away from the standard. And the standard being you have 4 quadrants on a map, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you kind of slice that in half where you have only 2 sites. So having a 3-site map really does kind of take away from the cake. But you know what? People still are kind of getting adjusted to it. So maybe in the future we'll see something different. Maybe even a 4-sided map. But I'm just spitballing here. Definitely probably not gonna happen. But you know what? Everything is possible, especially in Valorant.
But definitely, I will take you up on that. And right now, on the defender side, we have Mustang Warriors, and on the attackers, we have 3 Tamaraos. And might I mention, we have our player of the week here, Fire Saiyajin, hoping to pull up some wonderful, momentous gameplay. And right here on the side of Tamaraos, closing in on A side, they have 2 members down going through short, 3 down and long, and Rain over here just closing in on side. Fire Saiyajin getting that optimal spot through the smoke, manages to spot the Vine there. My goodness, we do see that spike is being planted at the moment. They are trying to close up all angles here. Side of Mustang Warriors just try to be very careful moving up. I believe they spotted Fire Saiyajin. We see the owl drone pushing up forward. Tomo hits him up with the paranoia. They are pushing into side. Itamaros, bit of bad situation here, but they are pushing up forward. Kill with a triple kill on that play. 4 kills, ace! Ladies and gentlemen, we see an ace in the first round of this competition. That was insane. What?
That was just simple. Kill never got flushed out from that cubby corner, and look at that. Got that first kill, and I already thought that he was gonna go down there. A headshot clean, I mean through the wall, and then they just need to follow up, and still he holds that particular spot. That just solidified his ace as well as the round win for the Itam Morales. In any case, that's just gonna propel them a little bit more here, and him having an ace, he's saving up. He's gonna buy an operator next round.
Oh my goodness. And well, we do know that it did get nerfed, but we see a lot of people adjust to that economy change there. But Right now, looking at Fireside with the punishable shorty on that back-to-back kills there. It is a 2v4. Trix gets the kill there with the Stinger. Unfortunately, he gets shot down by Tomo on that. It is a 1v2. Ukyo left all alone right here, just trying to get the cheeky peek there. Manages to spot kill there. Gets him down, but fortunately down to 10 health. Goes for that frenzy, but unfortunately gets cancelled out by that momentous Vandal there. Might I say the Elder Flame adds a wonderful touch to that final VFX. My goodness.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of people are kind of slowly, just giving a little bit more love for the Elder Flame, the other great Vandal skin. And the OG great Vandal skin is obviously the Prime. So plus 10 accuracy. The meme is true though, guys. If you play it, it just makes you feel so powerful with that particular weapon. And well, just a really good start there onto the C site. Kind of got a little bit messy because everybody from the Mustang Warriors were able to go and play that retake. Almost got the win. Now it should be Itamara's with something else. Kiel, no way. He needed somebody to actually help him go for that cross. And Fire Cyajin is just gonna, get one kill at least.
Right now, gunning up 4v4, but fortunately on the side of Fire Cyajin, a bit low on health, but that is definitely not stopping him. We're seeing some shots being fired here. Down on the side of Itamara's, it looks like we have Kiel closing in, but Ops to go through B here has to be a bit careful. I think throwing up some smokes, and the rest of the members are pushing through C side, but Trix manages to spot Fire Cyajin. Unfortunately, we hear the spike being landed. Ooh, Rain manages to spot the Vitam that gets a double kill, but unfortunately Trix back-to-back double kills on that. It is a 1v2. Ukyo left again in the similar position as the last round. Manages to get the headshot there on Trix. Looking around on site, just being very careful. Ooh, but we get the paranoia there on the side of Kiel. Trying to squeeze into that box, but unfortunately, that does not work out. And the lead is now 0-3.
Ukyo had that almost in the bag. Shutting down Trix, definitely a big help on his end, but one of the things that really kind of solidified the round there was he committed to getting the spike diffused while he saw the paranoia was running out. He might have been able to survive if he just kind of threw the blind, jumped around the corner, but he thought that his opponent will not push through, but he did kill, knowing that he could just wallbang that particular box even through without the headshot. It just allowed him to win out that duel. So again, 3 straight rounds for Itamaros.
Hoping they can keep up this momentum here, but oh my gosh, don't go through the smoke there. Only with a centimeter of health left there, trying to escape the cheeky corner, but right now it is a 4v4, might I say. No way gets a kill on Admiral, but back-to-back trade there from Bad Ghost. And Ukyo here just trying to sneakily go to the back. Tomo unfortunately gets shot by the shock dart, and we have Ukyo here just again left all alone. 3 straight rounds Ukyo has been left by himself, but right now being very careful. Manages to spot kill there, looks off at the wrong corner, picks up that wonderful Elder Flame Vandal. Tried to clutch this play. Definitely not impossible, but let's see if he can pick him off just in the right time. Ooh, with the whiff there on Trix, but unfortunately Batos manages to finish off. And wow, look at that singularity. Opens up the galaxy. Wow.
Sucks you in like a black hole,
Exactly.
It's one of the I think that one of the better kill animations, kill effects that we have right now in Valorant. We'll probably see something else soon across the board. And yeah, while we are looking at this scoreboard real quick, you are seeing a lot of really good kills here. I actually thought that No Way had more impact in that particular game because it seems like he was in positions where he's going to be getting the most fight here. But for the moment, it is going to be Itamara's with all of this advantage to their regard. It really has just been a straight up play from them. Tomo almost getting knocked out, but Saiyajin right behind does shut down the counter jet.
That's always scary when you're just looking over into the horizon and a wild jet pops up. That I don't really know how to react to that. But anyways, moving on. Good kill there in the side of Fire Cyajin. And Itamara is closing in on A side. You see a lot of traps there being set by Ukyo. And there he is down there in heaven. And we're seeing a wonderful overview shot here of A-Long. And they are closing in. We're hearing some nano swarms being put up. The spike looking to be planted. There we go. It is a 5v4. Nope, it is now a 4v4. And we see a lockdown being implemented here in the epicenter of A and B. And right now we're seeing the Hunter's Fury being pushed down. Very interesting strategy here. We see the Hunter's Fury breaking down the lockdown. We saw this in the previous match just before this. And at the moment right now, Ukyo a little bit lost here. It is 3v4. The remaining members of Mustang Warriors closing it on side. Rain gets the bean on that. Bat goes, oh my goodness, another kill on the shotgun out there. Double kill for Bat goes. Ukyo gets Admiral. And Ukyo left once again. Tries to finish off. Bat goes, does the job indeed. But Kyo looking over at the spike gets the final kill on Ukyo. I believe that was already the second time Kyo gets a clutch kill on Ukyo there. Hashtag feels bad, man.
Feels bad indeed, but I mean, dang, Ukio was kind of had his time wasted for so long there. So even though it wasn't a 1v1, all he could really do is just try to YOLO to the spike and maybe get the defuse right then and there. Another thing that's been pretty prevalent here for Itamar, or rather for Mustang Warriors other side right now, is that their defend on the site hasn't been really successful. So they always play that post plan, which isn't bad. But the thing you can see right now is that when they're trying to go for the retreat, or at least when their opponents try to push in, they don't really have that option to be able to get away and kind of, play the post plan as a 5-man. They always lose one. Maybe it's because of their forward positioning or anything, but they have been really compressed here because of how Itamaraus have been really constricting these sites as they go for it, and being really a big thorn for Mustang Warriors. You really see them kind of having these big difficulties as Itamaraus encounter them in these aggressive plays.
It's always critical to assess where everyone is situated when it comes to the post plant here, and definitely everything you said just hit the mark there. It's very important for them to be able to move freely around the site, especially when they spot the opposing team already closing in, trying to defuse the spike. And with that said, Kill gets a kill on Fireside Jin there. Trix gets a kill the way we get back-to-back kills here. Rain with a double kill, and Kill with another kill there on Rain. It is a 2v3. The spike is being planted. Ukyo here. Just being a little bit quiet here in garage. Right next to him, we have Tomo. Tomo might take a little peek there, but we do have the cyber cage obstructing their view. And at the moment, I believe they have a little bit of a hint that the remaining members of Mustang Warriors are in garage. They are not moving. They have thrown the smoke indeed. It seems that Tomo might go for the push, but they may opt to save for this round. Their economy is definitely suffering here. 0 to 5, they have to change up their strategies in here. And yes, it indeed looks like they are opting for the save.
And again, a lot of the things that we're kind of seeing right now for Mustang Warriors. Well, I thought it's gonna be a nice little peek out at Kiel.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, Value Town for Akio there though. I gotta say, Akio, really a fantastic fragger for the Mustang Warriors team. Doesn't really miss a beat. Does get overwhelmed from time to time, but you can see he's racking up that kill score for himself. Anyways, just to finish off what I was kind of saying there, it seems like Mustang Warriors really are having big difficulties in these what people try to say as first contact areas, right? Where when they see their opponent, it seems like they get overwhelmed way too quickly and immediately back away, where it's just a kind of a straight beeline for Itamaraus to wherever they want to go, which is fine and all, but it really cuts the rotation of Mustang Warriors. Like their effectiveness really goes down, and it really hurts their case because you can't see Mustang Warriors get taken out as they try to retake the site. So I'm not sure how they're going to try to deal this with, but I have seen some teams go for more offensive plays on Haven, especially on the mid side, but they need some sort of flasher here. And I mean, it could be the Phoenix, but no way has yet to really pop off in this particular game. Okio!
My goodness. We are seeing the ultimate there on the side of Itamaraus. It looks like, yes, they are still closing out on C side. Kill gets a kill on Rain there. And that is a free site for them down in C. And the last two members of Mustang Warriors is scrambling onto C side right now, but seems really tricky for them right now to try to go for the retake here. I mean, really impressive on the side of the Itamaraus here. It's like they pick off the important members on site. They get the free site, and that's it. It looks like the side of Mustang here just saving. Oh, yeah. Especially with the op right there.
And like I said, right, it's been pretty like straightforward and pretty easy for them. honestly, I think Mustang Warriors, they have the capabilities in terms of the aim to counter out Itamaraos here. But Itamaraos, their their utility usage is just that coordinated. It makes it very difficult for Mustang Warriors to really have a beat on anything, and especially on defense, that's like the worst thing that could happen for you. But at least here's the thing: people might say, "Oh, guys, that's really bad." Haven is such a defender-side map. It's again, it really just depends on how the team works, and sometimes when teams don't really click on the defensive side, when they're on the defending end, they pop off on the attacking side because sometimes you just don't want to deal with multiple people swarming at you. So if you flip the switch, it might work. We'll see how that kind of pans out. But again, for now, it's Mustang Warriors having to try to deal with this on their defending, and it's gonna be the operator peak.
Oh my goodness, a quick kill there already at the start of the round. Trix gets no way, but back-to-back trades there, and now we are at the 3v4. Itamara still with an advantage here, having one more player on the roster, but unfortunately, Heal gets Tomo. Heal gets Heal on that good trade. It is a 2v3. Rain will be greeted to the face by Bat Ghost there on the operator, but unfortunately, Divine finishes off the round. That's probably one of the quickest rounds we've had thus far in this match, and my goodness, 0-8.
Yeah, 0-8, right, Yusuke? But I mean, take a look at what Mustang Warriors did that previous round. It was something along the lines of them aggressively pushing mid, but because they only had the Phoenix here as the kind of initiator for Fire Saiyan as he was peeking out with the jet, his curveball doesn't really have a big effect on mid just because it doesn't stay long like a Lear would on the Reyna. And if he's caught out in the open pushing out like that, if he gets a kill, he can only wall himself out or maybe put his hot hands to heal him up, but he cannot dismiss, and makes it very tricky to actually go for such an offensive play such as that. They needed, I think, more bodies to make that work, but again, Itamarao's kind of punishing them for that particular play.
Most definitely, and looks like we got a loss and an off there, but a dash forward by Trix finishes off no way there, just as the ultimate has been initiated. And Rain, oh my goodness, a 1v1 Sobo versus Sobo, but we have the Hunter's Fury here on the side of Itamaraos. Manages to cancel it off though, just before Rain spots his initial position. Rain manages to catch a whip on him, but unfortunately, with the health different, Bat Ghost finishes him off with the Ghost, the wonderful Sovereign Ghost. My
There's a nice little Damasha ultimate there with the Sovereign Ghost. And yeah, guys, we could say that Riot Games did develop League of Legends and they also developed Valorant. Parehas lang din naman. No worries. I mean, right? The effects pretty much there are some similar effects here, and we'll see how that kind of turns out. But yeah, as of the moment, really is Mustang Warriors kind of trying out multiple things. You can really see them trying to challenge at every nook and cranny now. At every turn that Itamaraos does try to make anything happen, but Trix as well as teammates just so good in terms of that entry fragging. Makes it difficult for much to left to desire. Trix is just going to pop out.
Oh my goodness. It's 2 kills right there on the dash. Just through sight. And we're seeing a double Blade Storm here, but unfortunately, double kills on both Jets here on the teams. Looks like Trix is just waiting for Farsighted to get out of there. I think he heard him go out of sight there. It is a 3v3 situation right now. Trix being very careful with mine. Left. Oh my goodness, Bat Ghost gets a kill on that. No way. Goes for the curveball. It's Admiral on that. Trix goes for Phantom here, canceling out the Blade Storm, and Bat Ghost finishes off the round with the phenomenal operator. We're seeing a double-digit lead to 0 here, and Mustang Warriors, as you said earlier, I believe they may turn the tides when they switch attackers defenders side.
Yeah, they might, but again, at a 0-10 deficit, if that becomes 0-12, that's the hardest thing in the world to try to get back from. Even if you win the pistol round in the second half, you basically have to win 11 straight rounds to push it into overtime. And by the end, again, that just puts so much strain on your mental. It's gonna be very difficult to make something like that happen. But you know what? Maybe Mustang Warriors can do it.
All is not lost, but right now we are seeing a 4v4 situation. A lot of shots being fired here down through mid, and it seems like right now the Ving goes for a 1v1 here with Ukio, finishes him off there. Goes for the ultimate, try to get some information on where the opposing team is. They are gunning for A. A side is very much so clear for them, opting for the plant. And honestly, I have noticed in this match they are getting a lot of free plants on sites here that are being unguarded.
Really is. This is really good reads for Itamaraos. Like they know what they have to do in order for them to just keep these sites successful as can be in terms of their takes. And Tomo, you saw him kind of go for that nice little flank around, but they heard it a mile away. There wasn't any distractions whatsoever for him. And yeah, it's gonna be a shutdown for Noe.
No way getting into that Milky Way zone. My goodness. And right now, 0 to 11, and they have the pistol round coming up next. And Mustang Warriors, I mean, let's see if they can change up the strategy and clinch a point here that may drive away their momentum. And we never know.
Never really know, but I haven't really seen much of the matches, previously as well, and that's on me. But it
Mhm.
seems like is this one of the first, or is this is the first possible 13-0 for a team?
Well, honestly, yes, we have been seeing 13 to 4s, but 30 to 0 is not yet. Oh my goodness, we are getting back-to-back kills here down in C site. And it is a 4v3. Itamara's at a disadvantage. Oh, 3v3 on that. No way, finally, with the curveball. Fortunately, spoke too soon. Gets a flash and a kill. Unfortunately, did not capitalize on our side. Be careful right behind it. You have somebody. It is 1v1 yet again. And kill. Oh my goodness. Again with the punishing. Kill. Kill with the kill. Wow. That's a nice touch to it. Kill with the kill. Right now.
Itamaraos, for lack of a better term, these boys are cracked. My God. You saw how Kiel, just I don't know how to pronounce it, Kiel or Kiel. Again, apologies if I'm butchering your name, my man, but kudos, my goodness, that was just clean. The flicks is insane. The ability to go at such a wide angle and adjust your crosshair at such a finite, or sorry, how do you say this? A finely tuned adjustment at that big of a flick is insanity, and he just hits those. My God.
Cracked, like, that doesn't even define. That's an understatement to what they are right now. And look at this play. It looks like both teams were gunning for pushes here, and they literally just missed each other on that. And Tamara was closing in through backside there, and Mustang Warriors getting a free site there, but we are getting back-to-back kills. Rain gets Admiral, but down for the trade, we get Kill on Rain. Ooh, we are seeing a Paranoid. Trix gets No Way. Fire Cyanogen gets Bat Ghost, and it is a 2v3. And oh no, it is a 2v2. They're trying to gun for the defuse there, but unfortunately did not work. Trix, are we going to see a phenomenal clutch here? We know this man can do it. Oh, manages to get the headshot on Ukio, but Cyanogen just had that optimal advantage being there in heaven. And there you go, they won the pistol round.
They won the pistol round, indeed. And looky here, are they? Oh, I guess they are. So they're going to commit to actually buying rifles in hand right now. 3 of them have rifles. This is a full commitment for Mustang Warriors because, well, again, if they lose any round, it's just all over. So they're like, yeah, if we win this one, we're actually in a good spot going into the next because we will have these weapons plus full shields as well. So everything can go good in the hood. Tricks buying up into the Bucky. This could be very devastating. This is what we saw in like the earlier months of Valorant, where Jets play in Garage with that Bucky, just so easy, so powerful. But now here comes Mustang Warriors.
Oh my goodness! And there, you just right there, we get the double kill on the Bucky there, and all that's left is for Rain. But unfortunately, they spot him being there in Garage. Ooh, he is being fished out right now. Will be greeted by Admiral, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The scoreline 1-13 in favor of Tamaraos. My goodness, I am quite at a loss for words. These boys, these men, these are not boys, these are men.
Yeah, these I mean we can probably say, right? young bloods, because I mean they're all in college. So I mean I'm probably old twice their age, maybe close to that. I'm not sure, but you can see how
Oh my.
really good they are in terms of their in their abilities to just pop off. And honestly, I feel like there wasn't really anything wrong with Mustang Warriors with how they approached in defending the sites. Again,
Mhm.
they did it by the book in the sense, but playing by the book doesn't really work when your opponents have such superior aim over them. And again, that is something that we already have seen here. So they needed to do something a little bit more aggressive to maybe have catch Itamaraos off guard, something that could at least bamboozle them a little bit. They did something like that, but it was a little bit too little too late when they were trying to go for that aggressive push on mid. I didn't really see anybody try to go for any aggressive pushes on A or C, because you did also see that Itamaraos, they don't have an anti-lurk. So you could have, they maybe, just maybe, Mustang Warriors could have gone for a lurk around, got a nice little backstab. But again, very, very slowly did they try to kind of do that. And then after all of it, Itamaraos just got the sights. Post plant was always in their favor, and they basically, mauled their opponents. That's why we got ourselves that 30-1.
All right, and thank you so much for that very in-depth analysis. It's always critical to analyze these types of storylines and what exactly went wrong, because usually we see them warm up a little bit when it comes to the pistol round, and we see the scoreline kind of clinch in a little bit. We see a 2-2, then we see a 4-2, and then back to 4-4. And I guess it's just as you said, their aim. It's they're cracked. Honestly, I'm just gonna go back to that because that was very iconic on that play. But anyways, moving on to our University Alliance Cup series. Now, I know we did have a little bit of a mishap in the previous match, but just to announce to everybody, they did have a remake of Cam. And based on the scoreboard here, it seems that LG Azure has defeated TUP 13-4. That is the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, 13-4 in favor of LG Azure. So Ateneo has clinched another win for their group stage performance. And for our little scoreline here, just going back onto the performance we have here on the Itamaraos on the side of Kiel and Trix, our top two fraggers for the side of Itamaraos. It's I find it impressive how Kiel, you have an agent like Omen, not really a duelist, but still the paranoia kinds of give him a duelist factor into that. I think he capitalized on it well, and it really showed off in the scoreboard.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, people keep saying that Omen is a controller, right? But we've already been proven once and time again that Omen is a controller in an aggressive sense, where he makes you think that he's here, but then he's here, he's in another location because of how his paranoia and his TPs work. That's just how Omen is. That's how he he becomes one of the best controllers, and possibly in a lot of tier lists for people, an S tier to rank. Like, people might rank him lower than that, but he's actually really, really strong if only you can time his abilities right. And like you said, definitely Kiel is a monster on that regard. And honestly, it just got supplemented as well with his incredible aim. So very difficult to try to deal with an Omen like that. But also, on the other hand, Trix and Batghost not being too far behind. Trix just insane, and Batghost, even though he was on the Sova, he's supposed to be a little bit lower in terms of the kills because he's doing all the utilities, those shock darts as well as the recon darts. He still got a hefty amount of 16 frags to his name. So everybody from Itamaraos is really getting that moolah right now, in terms of those frags that they've gotten.
And you can definitely tell on their investment on the operators. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this matchup. We still have one more matchup before we close our stream. But for now, we will be taking a little break. So my name is Yusuke. I have here with me the ever gorgeous Asarai, and we'll see you guys in a bit.